Hey people, I am live. Hey, welcome to a windy Friday here. We're going to be walking from the Junction up to St. Clair Avenue and then heading east along St. Clair Avenue back towards Midtown. So welcome everyone. I started the stream just a few minutes early. Why not? Up on this pedestrian walkway over the rail corridor here. And I see David Van Germain in the chat, and Wesley, and Harjot. How you doing? Kevin Hawthorne. Robert Centric, how you doing? Craig O'Connor. Alan Kay, Fern McKee, Yvonne Atherton, hello. Go train. And as I said, it's really windy up here, so I think I'm going to head down to street level and we'll start walking. Good day. The weekend is upon us. I see Sebastian is here and Lena Sandoval. Hello. Any more trains coming? I don't see any. Glove here, my hand is already starting to freeze up. Oh, here comes another train. This looks like an Up Express train heading into Union Station from the airport. Hey, John O'Meara, hello, hello. Downtown bound, and it'll eventually make its way all the way down right beside the CN Tower off in the distance there. That's where the Up Express station is located. That stands for Union Pearson Express. Michael Keurig, yeah, it's very windy up here, so I'm going to head down. Dundas Street and the Junction neighborhood just over yonder. Hey, Kev Zhang, hello. Big staircase. I do have the foam on the mic, but it's just really windy, so it's doing the best it can. Yeah, the view from the rail corridor is very industrial. If you're coming into the city on the Up Express from the airport, it's not exactly the best impression of Toronto because it passes through mostly industrial areas. Lots of gritty looking buildings and graffiti all along the way. And it's not as windy down at street level. Do I know any songs about Teddy? Well, off the top of my head, I'm going to have to say no. Hey, funny dog. Yeah, that's very true, John O'Meara. Alex Liviera, good evening, or late afternoon, I guess, still. Hey, Fat Tony's here. I think it's around 5 degrees, but it feels more like -1 because of this wind. Definitely doesn't feel very spring-like right now. Hey, Nancy Mattis. So last time I came through this area, I did walk down here, but I didn't walk through the Junction proper, the nice commercial strip along Dundas. So this time I'm going to walk through there. Hey, Zach the vehicle enthusiast. And there's my street again, Kenneth Avenue. I always like to point that out. That's one of the Kens I know. Algernon Templeton. Well, there's not much sign of the trees. I don't know, what do you think? A little bit? Still looks pretty barren. Still very winter-like. Which is strange since we had such a mild winter. We do have some flowers here though, look at that. Alright, let's cross here. Yeah, I heard New York City had a little earthquake today. That's true, yeah. I heard there wasn't any reports of damage though, so that's good. So like 4.5 on the Richter scale or something like that. What up, Yahya? It's Brad Street. Any got Brad Palmer in the house yet? Any other Brads? First we had Kenneth Street, now we got Brad Street. Hey, William Fong, 4.8, okay. Hey, hello K. I'm not sure what the K stands for, Ken or not. Let's just pretend it does. Hey, Vivian Johnson, nice to see you. Hope you're feeling better. We missed you the last couple of days while you were under the weather. So welcome back to the chat. And it is noisy around here with traffic. Cars are noisy, very noisy. Okay, no, we didn't feel anything here in Toronto. Alright, here's Annette Street, and DuPont Street begins just right over here. Annette is a really nice street also. It's just more residential in nature. It has a few small commercial sections here and there. Hey, afternoon, Whitby dude. Well, nothing that warm in the forecast yet. I think in the coming week it might get up at least in the high single digits, 8-9 degrees, something like that. I'll take that. Hey, Sammy Wu, Carlos R, hello. Alright, we're coming into the junction here. The Cormac School. Chris Knowles, good afternoon. Subway here from downtown and it was absolutely jam-packed, both line 1 and 2. I thought everyone was supposed to stay home on Fridays and work from home. It doesn't seem like that's the case. And that was at 4 o'clock. It wasn't even really in the busiest time yet. I imagine right now it's even worse. Okay, I've walked over the Bloor Viaduct many, many times. You are not alone. Remember that, folks. And I'm not sure what mushrooms have to do with it and spider webs, but in any case, you are not alone. And if you like mushrooms and spider webs, all the better. Do I like line 1 or 2 better? I don't know. In some weird way, I like line 2 better. I just feel like you see more of the city along line 2. More diverse neighborhoods lie along line 2, I think. Different sorts of neighborhoods. Hey, Ken Lan, Media Monitor, hello. I don't think I've ever walked under the Bloor Viaduct, so you got me there. You got me there, Media Monitor. Hello. Come and get it. This cat doesn't seem too interested in my wiggling finger. So, welcome to the Junction. I think he's just bored. Looks like bored cat. Am I meeting up with Megan? No, Megan's in Guelph this weekend. Hey, Mark Inshin, hello. I like to walk. Johnny's also streaming. Wouldn't you know it? Wouldn't you know it? Yeah, Johnny and I have a sort of different methods for streaming. He sort of just will just start a stream oftentimes without any prior plan, you know, just sort of like, hey, I'm here, I have my streaming stuff, I'll start a stream. Whereas I rarely ever do that. I tend to think I'm going to do a stream at this time on this day. So unless we tell each other when we do know when we're going to start streaming, it's bound to happen sometimes that we'll both be streaming at the same time, right? Yeah, I usually post or make my stream public an hour and a half or 2 hours before I start the stream. I rarely ever just start a stream just without any prior notice, you know? Yeah, Zach, can't help you there. The plate tectonics just decided to shift, as they like to do sometimes. I'm not sure what's for dinner yet, Sammy. I never really know until I'm home, and then I think, what do I want? So here's Keele and Dundas, kind of in the heart of the Junction neighborhood. That's true, Media Monitor, although this time I did not forget. I have my power bank and the cable in my pocket. No, I don't plan dinner. I don't plan much of anything except for when I'm going to do a live stream. That's about the only thing I plan. Hey, bestest times reborn, hello. Yeah, got a new building rising in the neighborhood here, I see. I think it's just a mid-rise though. I don't think they're going to build really tall towers along Dundas here. It's sort of an old heritage neighborhood, as you can see. This used to be its own independent town in the early 1900s called West Toronto. So this was once a different place that just became part of Toronto. Hey, Brett Mallon, hello. I should get a belly buster sub, yeah. That does sound good. But I know I do have some things at home that I could have, you know. I don't really need to get anything while I'm out and about. You love this neighborhood? Yeah, I like it too, Dave. I just rarely make it out here. Check it out. Studio Cycle, that's what this place is called. Hey, H Hill, hello. Wesley, I'm not sure what I'll be doing on Eclipse Day yet. There's no point in trying to stream it because you can't point your camera at the eclipse. It'll damage your your lens just as much as it would damage your eyes. So all I could do is walk around and see if things look a little darker while it's at peak eclipse time, you know. Here's that new development here. Dollar Bazaar and Discount. And we're not getting a total 100% eclipse here in Toronto. You have to go a bit further south. Hamilton will get totality, as will Niagara Falls, but Toronto won't. Even 99% totality won't look nearly as cool as 100%. 100% is the real deal. 99 is not quite up to snuff, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't have any of those eclipse glasses, unfortunately. I could get some pieces of paper and make a little pinhole and show the eclipse on a piece of paper through the pinhole of another piece of paper, you know, where you get a little image projected onto the piece of paper and you can see the crescent as it gets covered up, the crescent of the sun. Hey, Peter Bradfield, total eclipse of the heart. Nothing I can say, it's a total eclipse of the heart. Turn around. Hey, Mike Landry's in the house with a $2 super sticker. Welcome, Mike, and thank you very kindly. First super chat of the stream. Good to have you, Mike. Much appreciated. Thank you very much. Large pizza with 3 toppings, $10. You think that's a good deal? I don't know. If it was $8, that might sound more tempting. McMurray Ave. We're still walking through the Junction here. See, this is still called West Toronto Baptist Church. I wonder if that goes back to the days when this was called West Toronto. I wonder how old this church is here. Very involved, is it, Gabby? Well, that's good to hear. And welcome, Gabby. This is sort of your neighborhood here, isn't it? Here's Quebec Avenue. So I'm going to go down to Runnymede, and then we'll make our way north up to St. Clair Avenue. And then it'll be a nice long stretch walking along St. Clair, heading east. Lions Den Barbershop, and check out the chopper. Born to be wild. Heavy metal thunder. Okay, Bighorn MT, hello. Welcome to the stream. The bike place, but also the weight place. All right, now we're coming through the Little Malta area. We're still in the Junction, but this is sort of a little neighborhood within the neighborhood called Little Malta. Interesting storefronts here. The buildings are plain, but at least they mix it up a bit with the facades, you know, in terms of like some are brick, some are stucco, and that's whatever that is. Fake stone, glass. I think that's the nicest one there on the end. Just needs a little TLC. This is the 40 Junction bus. You can take that to Dundas West subway station. Malta Park. It does, right, Vivian? John's Color TV. I wonder how old that sign is on the side of this building here. I bet you that goes back over 50 years. Historical plaque. Did I already pass it? It's right, Whitby dude? Looks like a new development is going here. Probably another mid-rise is my guess. Mid-rise residential. See the old remaining walls of what was there. And this building doesn't look like it's got a bright future. Oh, I missed it. Oh well, next time. I think I looked at it in another video though, Gabby. The historical plaque. Rush hour traffic all backed up here. And the sun is coming out. Kind of a long haul to Runnymede, you know? Doesn't look as far on the map. Hey, Mark MW, 199 pounds. Hello from a blustery Ireland. And hello back from a blustery Toronto. It's quite blustery at the moment here. Thank you very much, Mark, for the super chat. Appreciate the support. Cheers. Thank you, Mark. Malta Bake Shop. Hey, Ruben Q, hello. Looking forward to switching directions. This wind is a bit much here walking in this direction. I think the sun went away again, Nancy. Just briefly popped out. Alright, I think I see Runnymede up ahead. Can start heading north. Hey JB, how you doing? We're on Dundas West. We just walked through the Junction neighborhood. So I got Runnymede right up ahead. We're going to head north up to St. Clair Avenue. Hey, school is Ute. Welcome. Watching from Jamaica. I always think of that movie, what was it called again, with Marissa Tomei? It was like a courtroom movie, a comedy. What's it called again? My Cousin Vinny, right? Yeah, My Cousin Vinny. Where Joe Pesci calls them Utes. There were two Utes. So the two Utes. The what? Utes. Hey, there's a GO train. Alright, so finally we're going to start heading north here, away from the wind, hopefully. Alright, we'll say goodbye to Dundas Street. Check out Jumbo Burgers. Here's an unexplored laneway. I'll save that for another day. Oh yeah, Fred Gwynn. Yeah, he was great. What's a ute? Nice. Got the tower and an eagle. I read recently that bald eagles are making their way back into the area. They haven't been sighted around here in a long time. Is that a cougar? I don't think any cougars are around here these days, though. You have to go further north. I think around Algonquin Park and around my hometown, North Bay, you might actually spot some cougars every once in a blue moon around there. Hey, Liberty Tree, welcome. There was a raccoon on there as well. That's like Toronto's mascot. And look, a Walmart. We found a Walmart here. Walmart Supercenter. I have never been in that Walmart. And I probably will never go in that Walmart. Hey, John Schaffner, hello. On your way to Detroit from Phoenix. Still windy. It's still in my face, even though I changed directions. I'm going to change directions again in just a minute, heading east. We'll see if the wind is still in my face then. Alright, so St. Clair Avenue, so that's looking west. Alright, let's see, is the wind... Okay, good. Seems to have stopped blowing in my face. Well, I spoke too soon. How is it blowing in my face in 3 different directions? What kind of wind is this? Oh, of course, Nancy. There's several Walmarts in Toronto. I mean, just in the old part of Toronto. Not even counting the more suburban parts. There's one at Gerrard Square, which is only about a 40-minute walk from where I live. That's a small Walmart, though. It's sort of a much more compact sort of store in an old urban format kind of mall. It's certainly not, William. This wind is cold. Hey, TTC Video Gamer, welcome. I am Taboy, hello. El Mencho. I remind you of Michael Cera. Well, we are both Canadian. Well, that's the first time I've ever gotten a Michael Cera reference, though. Hey, check out all the flags here. Nova New Life Church. All right. At least it's not an Edmonton wind. Yeah. Very true. Nancy, yeah. Once you're away from downtown, you'll see all sorts of things that you don't really see downtown, such as mobile gas stations and Michelin tire centers and that sort of thing, and Walmart supercenters. The further east we go, though, the more urban it'll gradually get. Yeah, Brazil was there, that's right. JB, yeah, it's starting to happen, like right here. Look at that. Buildings like this are popping up all along St. Clair Avenue. Alex, it was raining all day on Wednesday and much of yesterday as well. And even today it was raining for a bit. And these look like newer homes here. I'm not sure when these were built. They don't look too old though. Mostly semi-detached houses. And on this side you have old industrial buildings. Dominion Meat Packers. And I think the Stockyards is up ahead, which is now a shopping mall, like an outdoor sort of lifestyle center shopping mall. But there used to be actual stockyards there. I'm going to plug in my power bank now. Battery's getting close to 50%, so I'll just do it now and hopefully it'll do the job. It used to be very smelly. Yeah, I've heard stories about how it used to smell. All these animal slaughtering that used to take place right at the stockyards. What do they call it? An abattoir? Is that what they would call those facilities? Hey, Christos. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Alright, I'm plugged in. Hey, Brad Palmer, happy Friday. A little while ago we walked past Brad Street and I was like, hey, where's Brad Palmer? We found his street. And it was just a few blocks up from Kenneth Street, so I thought that was fun. Hey, look what I found. Just two random geese hanging out. Hey, Marie Palmer, welcome also. We haven't seen a Marie Street yet. Nice dog. Parts source. The parts. The pros. The price. Hello, Divyesh Patel. Is that a good part source? I wouldn't know. Lots of stores here. This is Stockyards Center. It's not the main Stockyards, which is a bit further. Jeez, cars. Why are they so noisy? Hey, Delta Echo, welcome. There's a big Canadian Tire store. So when they cleared out all the old Stockyards era slaughterhouses and things of that nature, they kind of redeveloped all those lands with these new big box retail type developments here. So it was lots of available land and they decided to go that route with it. Happy Friday, Kurt Affair. It still kind of smells bad around here. Are there still some of those operations ongoing? Because I kind of smell something that has a bit of a slaughterhouse kind of odor going on here. Yeah, good question. Are they all gone? Maybe there's still a few around. Yeah, very unpleasant odor here. So there's the Stockyards. They call it Stockyards Village because when you walk into the development, it sort of mimics a little village of sorts with streets lined with all these stores. You can see all the stores inside there. So it's like an outdoor lifestyle center type shopping area. It's not a old school plaza or indoor shopping mall. Ghosts of the slaughtered, right? Do they still tan hides around here? Maybe that's it, Vivian. So I have done a few walks through the Stockyards before. It's been a while though, so I think I'm going to come back soon and do a proper pre-recorded video walking through here. See what's changed since my last walkthrough. I think this beats a traditional big box sprawly type development, the way they try to make it more urban and compact, and it has the illusion of being like a series of streets. Big Home Depot here on this side. I remember from previous walkthroughs though, there's always copyright music blasting into the area from speakers all throughout. So it's a bit of a pain trying not to get a copyright claim walking through there. That's why I'm choosing not to do it right now while I'm streaming. At least in a pre-recorded video I can edit out the copyright music. Hey, John Nicholson. Your mother worked at Canada Packers for 45 years. Wow. And down there is the Junction, where we just walked through a little while ago. So we're kind of going back past where we started the stream in the opposite direction. Yeah, pretty much media monitor, pretty much. At least Toronto still has tons of awesome, legitimate, old neighborhood retail strips, right? We still have plenty of those. So you can get the real experience, such as in the Junction along Dundas Street, which is literally just a 10-minute walk away from here.
I said, you're fast. They see me when we were going through the Junction.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, holy shit.
I went all the way around, yeah.
That was pretty fast.
I walk fast, yeah. And here's where Weston Road starts, heading north. Hey, Marge, hello. And I see we just passed 200 viewers. Welcome everyone. They said they saw me walking through the Junction on Dundas Street, and they just made their way up Keele here to St. Clair, whereas in the same amount of time I went all the way around down to Runnymede and up to St. Clair and back over here again in the same amount of time. It took them just to walk up Keele. That's right. When you do this sort of thing, you walk fast. Still smells bad here. Yeah, he was pretty surprised. On roller skates, right? Hey, Wing Zero, you went to the well today? The well needs more time. It's not really all the way ready yet. Once the food market opens, it'll get a lot busier. Vivian, I'll have to take a look. I'll take a look at the map afterwards. Yeah, thank you. Sorry if I missed a previous message. Alright, now St. Clair Avenue is going to get a little bit more interesting now. It's going to start to have more of that old street fronting retail. All kinds of shops and restaurants, and more of a pedestrian-oriented stretch all the way heading east. Hey, Chuck Diamond. Thank you very much, Chuck Diamond, channel member Chuck. Delta Bingo and gaming. And over 213 or so people. Welcome everyone. Welcome to anyone who's just joining the stream. Good to have you if you're new. Be sure to subscribe, and if you like, after that you can come and say hi in the chat. You don't have to if you don't want to, but the least you can do is subscribe. Hey. See some of these new mid-rises here I was talking about. Hey, Van Gambler, hello. This building needs some work. I like it though, it has character. Peter Pan K Convenience. And Pizza Pan. Is this the Pan District? Got Peter Pan and Pizza Pan. Hey, Byron Jr. They don't build them like that anymore. That's right, Chuck. There, now it smells good. I smell the pizza place now. That gross smell has been replaced by something a lot better. And you can tell that this is new because the retail has not been filled up yet here at the bottom. Well, there's a thing coming here. A nail shop. And the streetcar is not running along St. Clair. It hasn't been running for quite some time now, and it might be a while yet before it's back up and running. They're doing some work. Get some French tips. Biggest job market in Toronto. I don't know if I know if it's finance or tech. Both are really big, obviously. Or you could work in tech within finance. Alright, once I get into these areas, I always feel a lot more at home, you know, like those more suburban-y type areas. I always feel like a bit like a fish out of water. I like a nice street front of old retail shops. That's what I like. This is your sister's old hood. R.I.P. to your sis. Shock, I think they canceled the Taste of the Danforth in Greektown for this year. Normally takes place in August. But yeah, I'm pretty sure they canceled it. There's a great mural depicting some of the history of the neighborhood here. 1911 to 2018. Yeah, you got a mix of Portuguese and Italian and a newer wave of people from Brazil and other Latino areas all sort of mingling together here. Alan K, $2 towards my undecided dinner plans. Thank you very much, Alan. Yeah, not too sure yet what I'll be getting, but I appreciate your contribution. I'm sure I'll decide something or other. Thank you very much, Alan. Very much appreciated. Hey, Toronto's doo-wop music guy. Hello. Tom Seeley, I agree. I guess I can go. These stretches here, you just know, haven't changed that much in decades, other than those occasional new mid-rise developments you see popping up, but much of this probably looks the same as it did 50 years ago. Of course, some of the businesses have changed over, but the buildings are pretty much the same, even going back 100 years. I'm one of the Stones roadies, eh? Will we see a train pass over? John O'Meara. Keith Richards looked old even when he was in his 20s. And then he just got to a certain state and just stayed that way. (1931) is how old this rail overpass is. Ontario's first railway, it says across the street. Of course, that goes back way before 1931, but That's interesting though, if this rail line was Ontario's first railway. Football fever. Yeah, this place goes nuts when the World Cup is taking place. Especially when Italy wins the World Cup. The neighborhood just erupts to a giant street celebration. And I imagine the same would happen if Portugal or Brazil were to win. Oh, Vivian, yeah, I noticed that, Vivian. Well, we'll just see how it goes. Hello, Twice. Be nice, Twice. Caledonia Road here. Hello. Hey, Cindy Randall, hello. Lisa Marie, yeah. It was pretty stinky walking through there, even though I never could figure out where it was coming from. It's okay now. Earls Court Park here. Hey, Steve Grant, hello. We're heading east on St. Clair Avenue. Going to walk through Corso Italia, which is up ahead. Sort of like another Italian neighborhood. College Street is known as Little Italy, which is the more well-known Italian area. But Corso Italia might be a bit more authentic. It's a bit further away from downtown. And tourists and whatnot don't usually check out Corso Italia the way they would at Little Italy. Giovanni Caboto tennis courts. Sounds very Italian. Yeah, and the good news is my power bank is working. I haven't lost any battery power since I plugged it in. Here's another very Italian sounding name, at least the last name anyway. Piccanini? Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Or is it Pissanini? I'm going to go with Piccanini. For obvious reasons. I don't know how to answer that, Peter. Cafe with 2 F's and 1 E. On the road again. I hear some canned heat. Do you hear some canned heat? I hear some canned heat. And here is Lansdowne Avenue, so we're coming into Corso Italia now. He was a Toronto councillor, says Alan. Oh, well, I didn't know that. Thanks, Alan, for the info. New Jersey got a 4.0 aftershock. Wow. Well, hopefully there was no damage or injuries. 4.0, I guess, doesn't really shake things up too badly. We're walking in the right direction to not be walking into the setting sun, even though it's mostly hiding behind clouds anyway. Even the cannabis store is sort of Italian themed here. Hey, Lisa Marie Rosso, $5. Can grab a big slice. Thank you very, very much, Lisa, for your support. And isn't Big Slice Pizza still located in this neighborhood? I know they had their downtown store, which closed. Thank you very much for the $5. Very much appreciated. And Nancy Mattis, a $10 super, can do an Italian New York accent. I command you. Our Lord of the Continuum. That's a tricky accent to do. Kind of like a Robert De Niro type thing going on. Maybe I can just do the Joe Pesci version. Thank you very much, Nancy, for the generous super chat. Very much appreciated. What, you think I'm funny? Am I a joke to you? Anyone see Goodfellas? Gabby, I have a glove on my gimbal holding hand, so it's all right. Williams Messias, you're following my steps, watching from Brazil. Hey, welcome. I hope you're enjoying the walk. Nice of you to come and say hi. And thank you for subscribing. Making our way through Corso Italia here on St. Clair Avenue. Toronto has a huge Italian community, if you didn't know. One of the largest outside of Italy. There's an entire suburb which is heavily Italian north of the city called Woodbridge, which is part of Vaughan. Nancy, this is your old hood. Don't eat the squid. Hey, look, FBI Pizza. I remember seeing them down in Mimico. I didn't know they had a location up here too. Soul Convenience. I always really enjoy walking through here. I just don't get up here as often as I'd like. There's a cute dog. I might have to come back and do a pre-recorded video where I walk all along the streetcar tracks in the center of the street, since the streetcars aren't running. That's just sort of available for you to just walk along, I guess, without any worry. Hey, Jefferson Rivas. This fat bastard burrito. I'm gonna get a fat bastard. Big fat burrito there. That's right, John. That's who I got the idea from. That could be an idea for another walk we could do together. Hey, Maxim 1, hello. Approaching Dufferin Street. So if you follow Dufferin to the north, you'll eventually come to Highway 401 and Yorkdale Shopping Center. Way off yonder into North York, one of the boroughs. Okie dokie. I'll just talk over potential copyright. Hey, Douglas Putnam. Maybe Alan Kay. I've been streaming for over an hour and a half, and my battery is holding steady, so I think I'm good to stream for another hour and a half if I want, unless it starts pouring or something. We'll see how long I go. My plan in my mind was to walk all the way east to Avenue Road and then walk south along Avenue Road. That'll take us into the heart of the city. Gritty apartment buildings here. Enjoy the decline. Well, she was here a couple weekends ago where we did a stream together. And she's not here this weekend, but I believe she will be in town the next weekend. So I'm sure we'll do a video together. Come shop the world with us here at Dollar Plus. And they weren't kidding. Look at all the stuff in here. Oh, here we go. Here's the winner right here. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Oh, that's all right, Mama. Elvis and Buddha hanging out. Video games and variety. I like these old school kind of feeling places here. Is still kicking up though. Watching from the gym, Yahya. So we're not in Corso Italia anymore. This is called Regal Heights Village. Cardio in, me too. With the way I walk, I think it qualifies. Oakwood Collegiate Institute. I think Drake attended this high school for a time. I don't think his entire high school career was here, but I think some of it. Is the sun out? Not over here. It's kind of mostly hiding behind the clouds. Slice of Toronto. I like that. That's a good name for a pizza place. And this is Oakwood Avenue. If you take this north, it'll take you up to Eglinton Avenue. And you'll go through Oakwood Village. And then you'll get to Little Jamaica once you reach Eglinton Avenue. I'm as ready as I can be, yeah. Whoa. We almost had a rear end collision here. Everyone's getting kicked off the bus there. Last stop. You were on the treadmill for the first hour of the stream. Well, I hope you're relaxing now for this part of the stream. Like an old school neighborhood computer shop. I wonder what their prices are like. Another one here. Hey, Mark D, hello. Glad I could help, Yvonne. Is this your old apartment right here, Chris? This is a nice building, if this is the building you lived in. I like it. Or even the next one, they're both nice. I see a nest up there on all those spikes. Or it was a nest. The spikes are there to stop that from happening, obviously. Not really, Sammy Woo. I can't say that I do. It's like a new development is getting underway there. Probably another mid-rise similar to this one. And another one on the rise right up ahead here too. Alright, Gabby, thanks for dropping by. Glad you could catch the stream today. It was good to have you. Hopefully we'll see you again next time. I see good times across the street. Do you see good times? I see some good times across the street. Ain't we lucky we got 'em? Couldn't really avoid walking under this scaffolding. Oh well. I just spotted the best name for a video store. Nice. going uphill a bit here. I remember riding my bike along here one time, and it was a lot hillier than I was expecting it to be. When you're on a bike, it was a little bit tiring at times. Comfortable socks are always a plus with me. I go through socks like crazy. It gets to the point where almost every pair of socks I own has some sort of hole in them, and I end up having to throw them out and get a whole new supply. A whole new sock supply. Hey, Gordon Enright, hello. I need to darn those darn socks, I know. Admittedly, I just get the cheapy socks, you know, so it's no wonder they don't last very long. I wonder what's going to happen to this building. It looks like it's been sold. 1927, it says that's when this was built. Probably most of this street is also from that same time period. Over 100, up to around 100 years ago or so, I think is when most of these buildings were built. Some of them might be older. Hey, Oscar Sanchez, hello. JB, it is certainly in North America. It's probably top 2 or 3 in North America, I would say, at least in the old part of the city. And I just spotted the CN Tower. Way to the south. Where do they all go? Yeah. Where do they all go when you do laundry and then you end up with one sock instead of 2? It's like, where did that other sock go? Oh, thank you, Gordon. 114. It smells really good here. Something delicious. It's making me hungry. It's everywhere. wind has mostly been behind me, so that's good. Every once in a while it somehow changes direction and comes directly in my face, but then it goes back to behind me again. Yeah, a little bit, Gordon. Little bit. So this is called the Hillcrest Village now, this stretch of St. Clair. Yeah, Scott, how did you feel it there on Long Island? I was woken up by an earthquake in North Bay. It was just a small one, obviously, but it was enough to wake me from my sleep. And believe it or not, that was in the early morning hours of January 1st, 2000. Right when everyone was expecting something. Not everyone, but I never expected anything to happen, but you know, the whole Y2K hysteria. People thought something bad would happen at the stroke of midnight on January 1st, 2000. Well, obviously nothing bad happened, but in North Bay there was an earthquake on that morning that woke me from my sleep. And it was enough to, I had some Christmas cards on top of my TV set, and it was enough to shake the Christmas cards off so they fell on the floor. Hey, Leanne, thank you very much for the generous $20. Here's 20 for the new socks. You do appreciate what I do. Thank you very, very kindly for the generous support, Leanne. Very much appreciated. I'll have to make a trip to the sock store. Maybe I won't get some of the cheap socks this time. I'll get some quality socks. Built to last. I always get a laugh out of this store, Jugtown. So what store has the better name? Video 69 or Jugtown? That's a hard call. Right next to Wise Guys. Put in your votes. Who has the better store name? Video 69 or Jugtown? We won't even include Foxy Box on Queen Street because that would be the obvious winner. Jugtown? Yeah. Salvation Army thrift store here. Toys. Isn't that nice? Playful Minds. So it was nice to see an independent neighborhood toy store. I think I remember expecting to find E.T. in here another time I was walking past. Is he in here? Come on, we know you're hiding in there, extraterrestrial. I don't see him. We can go on together with playful minds. We're making our way east along St. Clair Avenue. Streaming for almost 2 hours now. I think I have another hour in me. As long as my phone does, which it seems to be. I'll have to save that for another time, Media Monitor. I have walked through there though in previous videos. I'm kind of really into St. Clair Avenue right now. Jugtown trade anything for that? That's an interesting name for an apartment building. The Olwen? Okay. The grind. Hone Fitness. I think this is one of the more affordable gyms for their monthly membership. I'm not sure what it is now, but I know it used to be quite a lot cheaper compared to its competitors. Tom, wow, that's crazy. Niagara Falls might be getting way more than that even. Hundreds of thousands. I heard even as many as 1 million people might converge on Niagara Falls. I couldn't imagine trying to live stream there on that day. It's bad enough just on a regular day in the tourist season. I heard some Stone Temple Pilots there as I was walking past. There's Vaughan Road. That's true, Robert Armstrong. It's a never-ending battle against the Muzak. Hey, Billy T. Yeah, I remember some past eclipses here and there. I've been around long enough. Going to pass Bathurst Street, so we're going to be coming closer to the core of the city here. Still a bit farther north though. Be coming into Midtown, you could say, once we pass Bathurst. Because we got some tall buildings here. It's blowing directly in my face, Novokos. As soon as I passed that tall building, oh, it suddenly died down. There's total wind tunnel effect going on there. I wonder what the rent is in here. Alvaro S. Vidal Apartments, 497 St. Clair Avenue. losing connection to my power bank here. Hey, Tom Seeley, $5. Thanks for the walk, Ken. Are there any Toronto neighborhoods that you think would benefit from a complete redevelopment? Complete redevelopment. I don't know, maybe some of the kind of arterial suburban strips in Scarborough. Neighborhoods like that, such as what they're doing to the Golden Mile in Scarborough along Eglinton Avenue. I'm all on board with those areas densifying and being redeveloped. Thank you very much for the $5, Tom. Much appreciated. I'm going to put my gimbal down and re-plug in my power bank because it doesn't seem to be properly connected right now. There we go. It came loose. Hey, Epic Nation HD, welcome. Millions, it's around, I think, maybe 5 Celsius, but with the wind it feels colder, more like -1 Celsius. MacGyver it, yeah. It's the Nordheimer Ravine. That's a fun name to say. Toronto has a whole network of ravines crisscrossing through the city. Geez, this shelter could use a little bit of TLC. St. Clair subway station, St. Clair West subway station. Entrance here or across the street. Marge, yeah, I think I'd like to do some ravine walks maybe once the weather is warm. You see some wildlife in those ravines, even deer and coyotes sometimes. Hey, Toronto Tech and Transit in the house. Welcome, Henry. Another local walk-tuber extraordinaire, as well as Liam at Epic Nation HD. So you can see this tunnel here. The streetcar would normally go down there, but the streetcars aren't running right now. I guess the work is ongoing, which is why the streetcars aren't running. Gordon, yeah, I think I remember that. is Robert Armstrong pulling my leg? I thought that was Jake the Go Animator's job. Well, you got me. You got me, Robert. Hidden jackpots, hello? Luxury rentals here. The building's pretty old, but it's held up well over the years, as well as its neighbor building over there. Robert. Wonder how many people were fooled by that. Oh, Vivian, sorry to hear that. That does not sound pleasant at all. By all means, yes. Lay down and take it easy. Hope the neck pain subsides. I think the other mods can keep things under control. But thank you for putting in 2 hours, over 2 hours, Vivian. And have a great night, and hopefully we'll see you again soon. Maybe tomorrow night you'll be feeling better. Getting some glimpses of the downtown skyline there off in the distance. Sir Winston Churchill Park here. Going for 2 hours and 15 minutes. You will be watching. All right, Vivian. Just get comfortable and enjoy. Robert Armstrong, $3 sock and condo fund. I can buy my own condo in Thailand. Thank you very much, Robert. Much appreciated, Robert Armstrong. Thank you. So it's well past 7 and it's still quite bright outside. It's nice to see. The day is getting longer. Yeah, not many skyscrapers along St. Clair. Just a few high-rise condos and apartments which we passed. And these sort of more mid-rise apartment buildings. Novocos. I don't know, I think I might be leaning towards the socks. I'll probably put those to use more often. And Gertich, if I didn't say hi, hello. Nancy, who knows? I'll just wake up one day and think, I think it's time to shave off this mop. I don't know when it'll happen. It suddenly got very quiet. All the traffic noises have gone away. Timothy Eaton Memorial Church. Timothy Eaton was the namesake behind the Eaton's department store chain. Now defunct. But his name also carries on at the Eaton Center downtown. Even though there's no more Eatons. Here's a very expensive new residential building going up. It's pretty much, it's a 90% complete. Oh, is that right, Peter? 2003, wow. Threw you out of your chair. Holy. I've never experienced anything like that. This one is really nice here, this white one. Very expensive. Forest Hill is just to the north. Kind of walking along the southern edge of Forest Hill here. Very wealthy neighborhood. And all these old houses here are boarded up, ready for demolition. Another one will be replacing these, 15 stories. Probably another upscale residential building. This was a huge house. And that's just one big house. It's not semi-detached. This one's big too. Hey Laszlo, hello, watching from New Jersey. Yeah, I heard how the whole area got shaken today. Glad there was no damage, at least not that I heard. A bit odd novel cost, but when those houses were built, probably it wasn't such a major street at the time as it is now. Although further east, or west I should say, it is that commercial corridor, so it was a major enough street, I guess, 100 years ago. But those houses are going to be gone now anyway. So I guess the new development will be more befitting of a major street. Alright, here's Avenue Road. There's a look north. Maybe I'll cross to the other side. Chris Smith, good evening. JB, yeah, unfortunately they're going to be demolished without a trace. So Yonge and St. Clair is just to the east. But I'm going to head south here on Avenue Road. Maybe I'll just start walking on this side. I'll cross the street further down. Have you seen the well-to-do up and down the avenue? On that famous thoroughfare with their noses in the air. We don't have Park Avenue, but we do have Avenue Road. A very bizarre name for a street. Should we call it an avenue or a road? Let's call it both. What would be weirder? Road Avenue or Avenue Road? What's the weirder name for a street? Is there a Road Avenue? I don't know, Novokos. Is there a Boulevard Lane? love this apartment building across the street. Avenue Road for sure, says Alex. And a new building going up here. Let's see, we're walking towards downtown now. Hey, Robert Armstrong, another $2 super chat. We just passed a phone zombie. At least we didn't collide, or he didn't collide with us, right? Thank you very much, Robert. I have to keep an eye out for more of those phone zombies. As we get closer to downtown, they tend to multiply. Much appreciated, Robert. Thank you. Hey, crikey, welcome. This might be my favorite old pre-war apartment building in the city here. The Balmoral, that's what that's called. I'm getting vegan nuggets. I don't think I've ever had vegan nuggets. Luxurious rental apartments in this building. I guess this building's not too bad. It's pretty nice. Another old pre-war apartment building. Hey, Jacqueline S., it's raining where you are. Thunder and lightning also. Luckily, I haven't encountered any of that. And Leanne, it is beautiful for sure. Rob M&R, yes. And Picard is in the house. Engage. A stream isn't complete until Picard enters. Ahead, Wolf Factor 9.9. Engage. Another nice one here. Not as nice as the Balmoral, but still pretty nice. Suite available. I like that little mini balcony there. That's nice. Hey, Aaron, hello. Aaron 303. Why do we say engage to Picard? Well, it looks like you have some Star Trek learning to do, Sammy Woo. This building sort of seems a bit out of place. I don't know why. It's too skinny? I don't know. Hey, Rain Oneful, hello. Something sounds awry with that car. And we're getting closer to all the skyscrapers of downtown. Hey, Rob LeBeau, hello. That one sounds the same. There must be something on the street there when the cars pass over it. Let's see if it happens again. Of course, now there's a red light. Maybe there's like sand on the street or something. Dusty Cole, hello. Gertish, no, I was never in Stridesland today. The closest I got to Stridesland was maybe at St. Clair Avenue Road, actually. But definitely not in Stridesland. Kind of Midtown, maybe. I think that's a fancy private school over there. Isn't that what it is? We're kind of in rich people territory a little bit here. Get a view from here. A little bit. The trees are kind of blocking things, but narrow sidewalk here. All right, the view is a little better now. Trees are moving out of the way. So that's the Yorkville skyline right there, Bloor, Yorkville. Those two buildings under construction in the middle will eventually be taller than most of the buildings around them. Hey, Tom Bikes 416, hello. Am I wearing killer cowboy boots? Not quite, Nancy. I'm wearing my Vessies in case it started raining.
Oh, that's the thing. Like, how many stores?
Oh, Eve Marie. Thank you for the info. You're talking about St. Clair Avenue? Or are you talking about this street? Because, yeah, this street is quite wide now. Yeah, I think you are talking about Avenue Road, I guess, because this is 6 lanes right here. And it is sort of like a traffic funnel here. The street is lined with all these beautiful old apartment buildings, but all this traffic and excessive wideness definitely takes away some of the charm. It would have been nice if they kept the streetcar line here on Avenue Road. Dave S. Yeah, I did. I had a heads up though. He kind of filled me in on his plans before. I wasn't sure exactly what his video would be, but I knew it was going to be something Thailand related. Too bad, right, Eve Marie? Even just some traffic calming here on Avenue Road would go a long way to making this more pleasant, because it's kind of dangerous as it is right now. The sidewalks are pretty narrow at times. The traffic really moves fast. Am I walking really slow? Maybe I've slowed down a little, JB, compared to at the beginning. Once I get into these older core areas of the city, maybe I'm just not trying to walk through them quite as quickly as I am with those other areas, which I don't want to hang out in for too long. It's like, get me out of here. But I feel more relaxed once I get closer to downtown. More chill. Chris Smith, we're on Avenue Road heading south towards downtown. You can just see downtown right up ahead. The traffic cops might ticket me, right? Look at this, you can see 3 new towers under construction here in this shot. 3 cranes there, 3 different buildings rising. I think the shortest one will be around 41 stories or thereabouts. The next tallest one will be around 62 stories. Or maybe even a little bit more than that, maybe 65. And then the tallest one will be 91 stories of those that are under construction. So still a lot of growth to go there on those buildings, especially on the one. Yeah, the sun is starting to set now. Wow, that must have been a sight to see, Eve. get sort of funneled around here. Hey, Robert Bertram, how you doing? And yeah, if you're on a bike, this is an awesome street to cycle down heading south. You just fly down this hill here. I've done it before. It's pretty fun as long as you don't get in the way of the never-ending traffic here. Yeah, I don't think I want to break that record, Sammy. I think I'll leave that to Henry. I think he can claim that record for the rest of time. Wasn't it 12 hours? Didn't he do a 12-hour stream? I think that's the one where I kind of ran with him and everyone else near the end. Got the Church of the Messiah, but across the street you have Hare Krishna. Gertish, I did have some vector today. I've seen quite a few Dave, especially in the first 5 years that I lived in my neighborhood that I still live in. It was a lot more common back then when I moved into that area in 2010. From 2010 to 2015, it was still fairly common to see them out on the streets early in the morning. I would be walking to work, and there they would be. And also hanging out in front of Hooker Harvey's. That was still a thing back then. You don't really see that anymore. Interesting, Eve Marie. Corso Avenue, and we're coming into the annex, as you can see on this street sign here. And Yorkville also is just up ahead. Hey, Jane DeJerin, hello. I didn't know you were here. Dave S. I went there on a date, believe it or not. About 10 years ago. I took a girl there on a date because she had heard all about it and she'd never been, and it just came up in our conversation and she really wanted to go, and I was like, well, let's go. So we went to Hooker Harvey's, and it was just like any other Harvey's, I thought. At that time, the food was just regular Harvey's food. The people in there didn't seem any worse than any other Harvey's, so that was it. I think she was a bit disappointed. She was expecting it to be a lot more, you know, seedy, a lot more weird stuff going on, but it had already passed its peak at that point. Jane, yeah, that's what I got, the veggie burger. That was the only thing I'd ever get at Harvey's, was the veggie burger. They have good veggie burgers there. That's right, Noble Goss. All right, we're continuing south on Avenue Road. Is this Ken's Flower Shop? Here we go. Yeah, Ken's Flowers right here. So we passed Kenneth Avenue way back at the beginning of the stream, and now Ken's Flowers. Those are the Kens I know. Those are the Kens I know. This is a really well-known restaurant here, Sato Sato. Lisa, we are on Avenue, that's right. It's both a road and an avenue. Or it's both an avenue and a road. Will you marry me? Now that's a rock. Hey, LRM guitars. I wish it was Electric Avenue. I'd love to rock onto it. Then we take it higher. This is going to be a really nice, skinny little residential tower going up here. Another very fancy one. You got the Ken song stuck in your head? Some of us are Kenneths, but most of us are Kens. We all have our own hands, but we come from different moms. It's like a cute little building. I mean, it's about 21 stories, but it's skinny. Looks really nice in the renderings. And no doubt very, very expensive. Hey, learn to live, watching from Havana. Hey, welcome. We've run into Learn to Live a few times, or once or twice at least 2 or 3 times while I was streaming before. Does wealth matter to me? Not so much. And there's a look into Yorkville. Talking about wealth. Almost everything we see here is wealth with a capital W. Another building is going to be rising right here in front of us. But for now, it's a nice big open space to check out the view. Across the street here. Nobody's impressed. Speaking of wealth. right? Park Hyatt Hotel across the street.
So I have a French friend. The wife is living from Montreal. He doesn't.
Cumberland Street. Hey, William, hello. So, wow, 3 hours later, we're downtown. CN Tower is not lit up. Strange. Are the LED lights being serviced, perhaps? Royal Ontario Museum. And Bloor Street, looking west. What area is the most relaxing to me? Maybe the nice residential side streets downtown between Yonge and Jarvis or Sherbourne. There's cross streets there such as Maitland Street, Gloucester Street. Those sort of nice residential cross streets, I find those very relaxing to walk around. I did a few videos actually walking along those streets recently. Just a nice mix of old Victorian townhomes and walk-up apartments and newer high-rise buildings all mixed together. Usually fairly lively with people walking and not so much traffic, not so much car traffic on those side streets. Palo HC, good evening. And we're walking east on Bloor now. Yes, thank you, William. That's right. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Come and say hi in the chat if you want, or not. But at least do hit that subscribe and like and share and all that other good stuff. And hit the notification bell too. That way you'll be notified when I do live stream or post a pre-recorded video. Scaffolding. Ugh. I hate walking under scaffolding. Hey, Baba Shu, hello. The Ottawa Wanderer, hey, welcome. So this has become a Friday evening stream now. Started as a Friday afternoon rush hour stream. About 3 hours later, it's evolved. This is the Bloor Yorkville neighborhood, also known as the Mink Mile here along this stretch of Bloor. All the fancy stores. Hey, hello again, Brad Palmer. Still going. I guess steel drum player guy is gone. There's two of them sometimes. Neither of them are here at the moment. And I guess I can take off my sunglasses. Sunglasses at night for me now. At Bay Street.
You want to touch your pen? You're just like, yeah. I think we're coming.
Look south down Bay. Maybe I'll cross the street here. Yeah, here's Italy over here. Got Holt Renfrew across the street. Upscale Canadian department store. Thanks, Alan. got something going on here. Construction site of the One. Doing a pour maybe with all these cement trucks here. That's the building that will eventually get to 91 stories, hopefully. Holt Renfrew was yesterday. I've never been there yesterday at any time. Yesterday, last week, last month, last year. I don't think I've ever bought a single thing at Holt Renfrew. Yeah, right here, right beside the One. Another building is proposed for this site right here, which will also be a super tall, so close to the same height as the One, and possibly even taller than the One, because if the One does not go all the way up to its 328 meter height, the new building will surpass it in height. So the One might not even be the tallest building in the neighborhood. That might motivate them to try to get up to that full 91 stories, right? Alright, here's Young Street. See if I can get across here without getting run down. Young and Bloor. So I'll just walk south a block or two here on Young, but then I'm going to head east again some more. Yeah, Friday night on downtown Young. Bound to be pretty busy. Yeah, I don't think I'll make it that long, Yahya.
I do all the bank transfer, I do all the payroll, I pay all the trade, so I know. I don't think she was that sensible to smuggle money, but she was a fucking lazy. So what happened? Well, here was, you got more to play with. You know, well,
I'm just trying to think of where I want to end up here. Maybe I will just continue walking south on Young here. It's fairly lively. Might as well take in the sights here on a Friday night.
She used to like to micromanage and right? Exactly. So anyway, after now, I'll hear the accountant guy, the whole accountant, who hired Junction.
There's Charles Street.
Those guys came in, and those guys started to all and everything. She has no paper to show them, right? And well, in January, I was dissatisfied with all of them. So when I see the movies and everything, I didn't say anything. I went to
Hey, Andy Wood, hello. Wow. That's a big hole. Hello. Isabella Street. This is one of those side streets that I talk about that are really pleasant to walk along. You just walk east all the way along Isabella. It's just very peaceful and pleasant. But you're still downtown. An unplanned hole. Yeah, it sort of seemed that way. They're working late on a Friday. Heading south down Yonge Street. Can't believe we started this walk in the Junction and we went all the way west to Runnymede Road, Runnymede and Dundas, and then up to Runnymede and St. Clair, and now we're heading south through downtown Yonge 3 hours and 16 minutes later. Hey Estelle, welcome. Yeah, I quite like grit. I'm a fan of grit, as long as it's not blight, right? Blight is when grit goes too far. But grit can be interesting and livable. And Toronto has a lot of grit, and it's usually the good kind of grit. Toronto doesn't really have blight, thankfully. Maybe a couple of streets here and there, such as George Street. You think Kensington is blight? I wouldn't say that. It's fully intact, right? These old storefronts are definitely worse for wear in some spots, but everything is still functioning. Most of them have apartments above on the upper levels. Yeah, Yonge Street is sort of like Bank Street, you know, times 10. A supercharged Bank Street. Bank Street on steroids, I guess would be a good way to put it. Hello, Audio RS 5QC, watching from Montreal. That building is still going up. It's all dark. Yonge and Wellesley here. Very busy intersection.
Back in the day, Tony used to be a Jeep in New York. Now New York.
When I started this stream, I didn't even anticipate coming all the way downtown, but here I am. Guess Yonge Street always calls me. Ken, come walk down me, Ken. You know you want to. Come on, Ken. It's like, I can't say no to you, Yonge Street. Hey, JP Atherton, $5. Thank you, Ken, for the long walk. Hey, you're very welcome, JP. This has been a long walk, one of the longest I've done in a while. So, very much appreciated. Big thanks, JP Atherton. John O'Meara, I wouldn't be surprised. That's what I jokingly refer to as a millennial moment. When Megan and I are talking about movies, actors, music, and she has no idea what I'm talking about. This millennial moment has been brought to you by Megan. Like when she thought the police were an actual police force. No, the band, the police. The most obvious cities with blight that come to mind are usually Detroit, Philadelphia, and smaller cities such as East St. Louis, Gary, Indiana, Camden, New Jersey. Even Buffalo, our neighbor across the lake, has quite a lot of blight on the east side. As does Niagara Falls, New York. Look at this model here. It's a model of a condo. I think this is the condo that might be proposed for this location. This hotel will be redeveloped and replaced with a very tall building, and maybe that's the one. I don't know for sure if that's the one, but it would make sense if it was inside there. Oh yeah, most definitely. Chicago has quite a lot of blight on the south side and west side, but it's still considered a world-class city. First world-class city. And New York City used to have lots of blight. Not so much anymore. In the 70s, the South Bronx in the 70s, that was like the poster child of urban blight. But that's all been rebuilt up now. New York City is surprisingly free of blight now, because it's always coming back to life, you know. New York, like it's at its peak almost, you know, population wise. Yeah, you can find old videos on YouTube of the South Bronx in the 70s. All the fires, just constant fires. There'd be New York Yankees games broadcast from Yankee Stadium, the old Yankee Stadium. And sometimes there'd be shots in the background of smoke billowing up from burning tenement buildings. Well, the game played on, and the South Bronx burned down. Crossing Carlton Street. Yeah, that's right, JB. There's college over there, College Park. I'm gonna cross here. Jack Randall. Noisy. Hours and 30 minutes. There was a band called Urban Blight. I just always think of Grandmaster Flash in the Furious 5. You know, broken glass everywhere. Hello, Advisorate, how you doing? Sometimes it makes me wonder how I keep from going under. Sometimes it makes me wonder how I keep from going under. Hey Doug, hello. Eva Marie. Eve Marie, I should say. Hey, Quad Mods. Long time no see. Tomfoolery indeed. But we haven't found any dankness yet, Quad Mods. This stream is lacking in dankness. I think it's too cold. It's too cold for dank. I'll have to wait till it heats up. Got Muzak here. We're coming close to the Muzak zone on Yonge Street. So if I can't drown it out with my voice, I might have to mute the audio at some point. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Walking past Thai on Yonge, my favorite Thai restaurant. I say that every time I walk past. The dank will be upon us. Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Hey, Roy Brown, hello. It's going good? The world's biggest bookstore is long gone, Roy Brown. It's now the site of a condo building. I can show you though where it was. We're just around the corner. All right, let's show Roy Brown where the world's biggest bookstore used to be. You're looking at Pizzeria Badiali. Hey, that's good. It's good there. I recommend it. So here's Elm Street. And the world's biggest bookstore was on Edward Street, just the next street down. Yeah, it was sad day when we lost the world's biggest bookstore. I hate it when any bookstore closes down. I've always been a big supporter of bookstores. I've worked in more than one bookstore. I worked in both a chain bookstore and a independent bookstore. The Muzak zone is not so bad right now. I don't even hear any music coming from there. That's usually the worst offender. We'll see if Young and Dundas is Muzak free tonight. I doubt it. And this guy is also blaring the Muzak. But this is Edward Street, so the world's biggest bookstore was just right over here. I don't think it was actually the world's biggest bookstore, like literally, but it was a huge bookstore and no one argued with the name because it was just darn big. And you were like, yeah, I guess they can get away with that, whether or not it's true. But this is where it used to be, right here. And now it's Panda Condos. I think they call it Panda because it's black and white, the color scheme of the building. But there is a new store coming here though, to the base, a T&T supermarket. So no more books, but you can get some good Asian groceries. JB, yeah, the grid in Toronto is, it's like if you had a perfect grid and then you took a big hammer and smashed it so the grid all broke apart. And then you just tried to push it all back together, but none of the streets lined up properly with one another. That's sort of what Toronto's grid is like. Only the big major arterial streets really form a proper grid. All the smaller ones in between don't. They usually don't line up with one another from point A to point B. At one time, if you're looking straight down this view, you would have seen an HMV store across the street, HMV Superstore, and the Sam the Record Man spinning discs would have just been right beside, just a bit north, and the A&A Records with the big giant A&A sign. You have to go back to the heyday of Young Street record store shopping. Yeah, Roy Brown. I used to spend hours browsing inside the world's biggest bookstore. But there's still a BMV here, like right beside. This sign is kind of overexposed here, but that's a BMV Books right next door. And that's a really good bookstore also. Of course, it's not gigantic, but it is a very, very good bookstore right beside the world's biggest bookstore site. And looking north. Hey, TTC fan, hello. Jane, yeah, that HMV store was huge, and it was still there. It's where Tokyo Smoke is now, and Five Guys. That was all one giant HMV store. And it was still there when I moved to Toronto in 2010. Although it had been downsized by then, it wasn't as big as its original size. And I would go there quite often to buy DVDs. They had a really good DVD selection there. So I was sad when that closed down.
I don't know, I haven't been in one in a long time.
We're at Yonge and Dundas. I don't hear any music. Well, looks like Shake Shack is coming along here. The new Shake Shack store is opening right across the street there. They're hard at work. Walk light is on for all crossings. Walk light is on for all crossings. Wow, there's no preachers and there's no music here on the southwest corner. That's rare. I wonder where they all are. Yeah, it's kind of strange. Usually there's a bunch of people set up here, especially on a Friday night. You think they'd all be here. Maybe they all got fines for using amplified noise. You can see these signs here. Maybe the city did a sweep and they all got fined. And they're staying away for now. Although, probably not for long. Hey, Hey, thank you, Marge. Yes, that's right. Like, share, subscribe, hit all the buttons, hit the notification bell. You know the drill. Do all the things. Without a permit, Novo costs. And permits are not hard to get. I think it's only $60 for the whole year to get a permit. So that shouldn't really be much of a obstacle for most buskers, you know. Hello, Mickey Gotcha. Hey, nice to have you in the stream, in the chat. Hey, DJ, how you doing? Atomic Jan Pierre, hello. No busking because the government wants that money. It just might be an off night for whatever reason. Most likely tomorrow we'll see things as they usually are. That would be my guess. Imagine having your face that big looking down at Yonge and Dundas. There's the Sam the Record Man sign now. For those who didn't know, it's been moved up on top of that building there. So that used to be on Yonge Street, just north of Dundas. And these benches, I guess maybe once spring really hits, they'll bring those back. Toronto Police. So 3 hours and 45 minutes. Maybe that's long enough for tonight. And what better place to wrap it up than here at Yonge Dundas Square. We had a long walk tonight, so I hope you all enjoyed. We made our way from the Junction all the way as far west as Runnymede, and then back up to St. Clair and east all the way along St. Clair Avenue Road, and then back south into downtown. Something's happening on Yonge Street heading north. So I hope you all enjoyed. I had a good time tonight. Thank you for being so awesome in the chat. It was a pleasure to chat with all of you, and thank you to the mods. And Vivian, if you're still watching, I hope you feel better. And we'll see you next time back in action. And thanks to all the other mods for being awesome as always. And thanks to everyone who sent support by sending super chats, super stickers, or any PayPal donations. It's very, very, very much appreciated. It means a lot that you support the channel as you do. And I'll be premiering a video tomorrow evening. Hope you can all check that out. That's a pre-recorded video, but there will be a live chat. So hit the notification bell if you haven't already, and subscribe and all that good stuff. And I'll see you tomorrow for the premiere. So until then, I will continue. Have a good night, everyone, and hello, Pamela, and you're welcome. And have a good night, Roy Brown, and everyone else. And I'm going to probably head inside and get some snacks and then head home. All right, have a great night, everyone. I'll see you all soon. Later. Have a good night.